Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show presents the AEW Dynamite Ring Report. As you saw last week, Powerhouse Hobbs and his new accomplice, QT Marshall, had some explaining to do after what they did to Warlow. And the Warlow's wardrobe, title, and car was broke into. We found out who was the corporate and why QTV had something to do with it. All this and more when the Pro Wrestling Show presents the AEW Dynamite Ring Report, and it starts right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kendra Dix here. Glad you can join us here on the Pro Wrestling Show for the AEW Dynamite Ring Report. As you see right there, QT Marshall and Powerhouse Hobbs, they joined forces to take down Warlow. What is this all about? We'll talk about it coming up. But first thing first, join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on. And don't forget, and other Connect TV shows in our digital media channels as well, social platforms. We're gonna get down to the nitty gritty on what's been going down here on AEW tonight. What an AEW show it was. It was really a good, decent show tonight. Not to complain, as you see right here. We have the Elite taking on the House of Black, taking on Jericho Appreciation Society. Triple threat match for the Tag Team Trios Championship, as well as Heyman and Page and the Dark Order take on the Blackpool Combat Club, who now heals after they disbanded Will Regal. Orange Cassidy defends the All Atlantic Championship against now the International Championship against Jeff Jarrett. They're leveling up the All Atlantic Championship in partnership with the Shazam movie of MJF. We'll talk about him coming up. Jade Carhill, she's going to defend her championship, the debut of QTV and the Outcast. So, we got a lot going on tonight. So, we're going to get started with the Pro Wrestling Show right here. All these segments here tells you what's going to go down tonight and how all this is going to play out down the road on to Double or Nothing. So let's see if we can get something going, get something cooking right now. We're gonna get this cooking right here. MJF, the world champion, was in the ring celebrating his rebar mitzvah when he got interrupted by Darby Allin, Jungle Boy, and Sammy Guevara, the four pillars of all elite wrestling, had came out there after MJF got his ceremony so unceremoniously interrupted. MJF kissing women and stuff, trying to make himself look like he's a playboy right here. He's kissing a woman. I guess they ain't his fiance no more. Guess he's single, living the single life again. MJF getting interrupted. Even it's teasing they're gonna have a fatal four way for the world championship. MJF getting dumped on his cake. MJF on a rebar mitzvah tonight. There's been pictures on the internet about him way about like almost 15 years ago. Him with a bar mitzvah. And MJF looks older than what he seems, but hey, you know how that go. But I can tell that they're going with that direction. A a fatal four way between these four men. So we look forward to seeing that some way somehow down the road. Also, too, we also got this Orange Cassidy. If we can show Orange Cassidy and Jeff Jarrett. Orange Cassidy defend the international championship against Jeff Jarrett I don't know why they did all this stuff. Uh, Jeff Jarrett with his team of Sanjay Dutt, Jay Lethal, and Sanjay Singh and his friend against Orange Cassidy, his best friends. We know Jeff Jarrett wants to become a champion of all elite wrestling again. I think Jeff Jarrett done the honors when he did, and he did so by giving Orange Cassidy the rub, and what a rub it was. Orange Cassidy even right here with the forgot that. I don't know why they even got away with that, but hey, Orange Cassidy and Jeff Jarrett had their match. What a match it was. But Orange Cassidy get the 1, 2, 3 over WJ Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett looking embarrassed once again. Like one thing about Jeff Jarrett, you ain't gonna put a good man down like Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett's gonna find a way. But tonight wasn't his night. So hey, you know how that was with Jeff Jarrett and stuff. Also, too, we got news that Taya Valkyrie, there was rumors report she finished up with Impact. Taya Valkyrie now signed with AEW. She's now with the tagline says she's all elite. Taya Valkyrie now all elite. Taya Valkyrie made a point. He made her point clear that she's going after Jade Cargill in Jade's TBS women's title. So Jade Cargill better be careful. Taya Valkyrie could be in Jay's eye could be 55-0, but this is a serious threat to Taya's champion to Jay's championship. The Taya's been a champion all over the world, including Impact, MLW. So Taya Valkyrie has a pedigree becoming a women's champion. Now Taya Valkyrie is in AEW and she's looking for some gold. And she could be looking for some TBS gold down the road to put her feet and her accomplishments in wrestling and what could be going on further with that. So hey, we talked about that. Also, too, we told you last week this happened right here that many people are still stunned and what had happened, what went down. I mean, that's good storytelling. QT Marshall aligned himself with Powerhouse Hobbs to beat down Warlow and did everything they could to Warlow. Warlow didn't see it coming. Warlow lost the TNT championship to Powerhouse Hobbs, and now Warlow. No, we didn't see Warlow after what had transpired. Warlow kind of took in the back. Not that one. But Warlow took in the back on what had happened to him at the Powerhouse Hobbs. Came out of nowhere and did what he did to Warlow. The Powerhouse Hobbs now the new TBS champion. Well, we seen what had happened right here. Took Warlow down in that plate or whatever that was with Powerhouse Hobbs. These two big mastodons. But um, Warlow didn't see that coming right here. But Warlow, we were subject to seeing QTV, which is what's his name? If we can show it right quick, what whatever that segment is coming. QTV, and this was a parody right here of TMZ, as you can tell. Right here with celebrity news and QT Marshall acting like Harry Leller and Warlow and Powerhouse Hobbs acting like himself, saying that it was originally what's his name that stole the championship away and gave Warlow the problems that he had. So Warlow, we don't know what's going to happen with that, but you can tell there's a lot going on with that. So we had to see what's going to happen down the road. So hey, we'll see. Also, too, the Blackpool Combat Club. Now the Hill is Blackpool Combat Club. Cesaro, Moxley, and Will Yuta went against Heyman Page in the Dark Order. Dark Order looking to get some revenge. and they wanted some revenge. All right, what had happened to them earlier? The Dark Order lost to them as the Blackpool Combat Club continues to mount and destroy the Dark Order. I don't know why the Dark Order even put themselves through that, but you know how that go and how that be. Looking forward to seeing what Jim Cornette's comment is going to be because he's going to have a lot to say about these matches and stuff going down. So hey, we just had to wait and see on what Cornette had to say. But interesting note, we'll tell you what the Blackpool Combat Club also did. It was more interesting to see. Speaking of that, the new girls called the Outcasts, who came from WWE, Ruby Riot, Paige, Saraya, Tony Storm, they call themselves the Outcasts, and they looking to make some trouble, and they kind of did. We know that this is probably gonna lead to blood and guts between the first. These women gonna be in the blood and guts match. It's gonna lead to that. Paige, Ruby Riot, Tony Storm, and the more other women. And you see the AEW home trial people want to defend their crowd and defend their turf. Um, the anti AEW women versus the pro AEW women. You can tell Riho even came out there. Jamie Hayter, the women's champion. Everyone came out there to show their support, and we can tell that's what's going to be eventually between these women. So we'll get to see that. Also, too, let's see. We know this week on Rampage, Powerhouse Hall take on Ray Phoenix for the TNT Championship Open Challenge. So we'll see that match as well. Next week on Dynamite, Stokey Hathaway versus Hook. It's just a lot of Tyra Valkyrie debuts. So it's a lot of debuts and a lot of the premiere. Tyra Valkyrie made her debut. So we'll get to see her in action this Friday on Rampage. So look forward to seeing that as well. Also, too, what's the main event? The main event was this: a triple threat trios tag team championship match. The Elite, the former champions, take on challenge the new challengers: Jericho Appreciation Society, Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, and Daniel Garcia taking on the champions, the Dark Order, the House of Black, Malachi Black, Brody King, and forgot his name, Buddy Lee against the against former champion Elite, the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. Could the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega get their titles back? We just had to wait and see on that. And here it was. We're here. It was a triple threat tag team trios championship match. And everybody was waiting, anticipating this match, Jericho versus Omega. It happened in AEW a couple of years ago. Now come full circle in the triple threat trios tag team match. Well, the match was good, grand, and everything between the spots between Jericho and the Bucks, and everyone had a spot. But at the end was this: the Blackpool Combat Club taking the Dark Order. Dark Order trying to Blackpool Combat Club trying to even up the odds. They did, but it was a no contest, and it lead to a no contest with that match where we found that was a confrontation. Heyman Page came out there. Lucky for Heyman Page was confused, didn't see this behind him. The Elite was side by side with the Blackpool Combat Club, won a piece of the Yuta and Moxley and everybody else. This is only getting. This is they say it's only just begun. It only just begun. It's getting more far and more personal than ever before. So we get to see match down the road between how this is going to play out. Eventually, Blackpool Combat Club and the Elite. Maybe they can read the reunited forces of Heyman Page and and the Elite. So we could see that coming up. How it was bad blood, so we'll see how that play out sooner rather than later. The highlight of the night for me was this: the four pillars all stand in the ring except Sammy, Ricky Starks. We can tell that there's going to be a championship match for the world title. MJF gonna have to defend his title against Guevara. Darby, and Jungle Boy. So we'll get to see that down the road. All right, that ends the AEW Dynamite Ring Report. We're gonna move forward to Wrestling Hot Topics. On Wrestling Hot Topics, what a Wrestling Hot Topic this was. We told you and we expected that legendary Japanese wrestler, the great Muda, will be inducted into the Hollow Halls of the WWE Hall of Fame. Muda, who has a career span nearly almost 40 years in wrestling, he retired this year. Muda goes into the WWE Hall of Fame. I can remember the great Muda back in 19. I was just a baby. Back in 1989, Muda teamed up with Terry Funk to take on the team of Ric Flair and Sting at Halloween Havoc. And Muda, that Funk and Sting, Funk and Muda lost, but there was a wild match between Funk, Muda and Flair. So Nature Boy Ric Flair made the announcement on the WWE digital show, live the bump, announced that the Great Muda will join the Hollow Halls, and the Nature Boy himself will induct the Great Muda, longtime friend and rival. And the Nature Boy said Muda was with Nature Boy's son Breed right before he passed. So this be a honor and a privilege for the Great Muda to get inducted by the legendary Nature Boy Ric Flair as the legendary Great Muda into the Hollow Halls of the WWE Hall of Fame. So congratulations to the Great Muda. Also, too, congratulations in order to the EST of WWE, Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair has done it. As this statistic says, Bianca Belair has officially made history as she becomes the longest reigning black male or female champion in WWE history, surpassing MVP's previous record as U.S. title run as she approaches 1 year as WWE Raw Women's Champion. Congratulations. The longest reigning black champion in WWE history. Bianca Belair has done it. Like I said, she won the championship 1 year, almost a year ago at WrestleMania, and her to achieve that feat 1 year later. And she defeat Oscar and continue her mighty reign as WWE Women's Champion. So congratulations to Bianca Belair on that historic feat. Also, too, AEW announced that they're gonna do Forbidden Door. So AEW will do Forbidden Door live from the Scott Bank Arena in Toronto for Sunday, June 25th. AEW Forbidden Door 2 coming your way again. So we probably look and see what the matches are. Speaking of that, AEW also put prelude to Forbidden Door. They're doing a lot of touring during Canada. They're gonna do a house show that Saturday. So AEW trying to get their money's worth. So hey, for a Canadian tour, a house show. So congratulations to that. Also, today marks the 1 year anniversary of the bad guy Scott Hall, Razor Ramon, as you like to call Scott Hall. Did a lot of accomplishments and stuff in wrestling, former Intercontinental Champion and Tag Champion. For Scott Hall, Kevin Nash wrote this tweet about Scott Hall missing him and saying that he doesn't take everything for granted. So, um, no, we here send our condolences to the Hall family, and Scott Hall will be remembered for that, being a big guy with a big heart. Also, too, this has been trolling. L.A. Knight and trying to call out attention to people that him and Becky Lynch was dating, but L.A. Knight saying that wasn't the case. So that wasn't the case. So we're going to take him by his word by that. So how that going to be? All right, we're going to end that right now. That's going to be the pro wrestling show. We're going to end it with this confrontation between the Blackpool Combat Club, Heyman Page, and the Elite. What's going to happen here? Only time will tell. So I look forward to seeing that down the road. Thank you all for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show presents the AEW Dynamite Ring Report. We'll see you this Friday for the SmackDown Ring Report. I've been your host, Kendrick Dick saying so long, and thank you for watching the Pro Wrestling Show. See you later.